Thank you, Chairman. And this will be my last question. It's just one question, no follow-up. One, I want to say again to the sponsors of the bill, your testimony, while I disagree with the philosophical elements of it, it's very compelling and very well done, quite frankly. Again, I disagree with it philosophically, but on this issue of moral, I wasn't going to ask you more questions, but when you start talking about the moral conversation, I think this committee deserves an additional follow-up with that. And I hope I'm not out of line, Mr. Chairman. If I am, please rule me out of line and I'll turn my mic off. I know you will. And I can't remember how you phrased it, Representative Hood, and you alluded to as well, Representative Hagan, and that's the issue of murder is one of the 10 Commandments. Am I then to presume that you would support an abolishment of capital punishment? Because ultimately that's what we're doing when we condemn someone to death and at the hands of the state. And your statements around this moral conversation have all been linked to the moral element of murder and of taking a life. And I understand there's a difference, but at the end of the day, you emphasize that it's about life, and it's about taking that life, and it's about murder. And at the end of the day, it's the same thing. The circumstances and scenarios are different, but taking a life is taking a life. And so am I to presume that you would support an abolishment of capital punishment based on your testimony today?
Mr. Chairman, Representative, you made some assumptions in your question. And I would just say that, I'm always open to discussion on growth, both spiritually and as a legislator. I would be happy to engage with you on your thoughts on that process. I happen to have a certain set of principles that I believe to be true. I don't have any legislation introduced in this scenario, but you're drawing a parallel between an innocent life that has done no harm and a life that has either taken another or caused a horrific scenario such as rape or incest, brutally taking the life of another. So I think valid, but different than the scenario at hand.
We are certainly delving into an area a bit outside of the scope of this bill. I totally understand your question. The last question is coming from Representative Patton.
It's free.
It's a small room. Mr. Chairman, I had tried to promise myself that I would not enter the discussion. I think my feelings have been known and many other actions. I watch what I say, but watch what I do. But I can't hold my peace when we get down to the nuts and bolts of this. This is a Christian nation. We lose that, we lose our way. This nation was founded by a bunch of Christians. There's evidence in the Federalist Papers, where no less than James Madison said, and I quote, "If men, and I include women, were angels, there would be no need for government." Not at all. So we are not angels, thereby the rules and regulations that are authored by folks like us. Secondarily, as it relates to life, even if I were to ask in this state for someone to terminate mine, it would be against the law. That only 4 of 50 states you can have assisted suicide. In the state of Ohio, it's legal. So as we move down that, and we move inside the realm in which we now sit, and that is the state of Ohio, life is precious, and if we have found a way that the Supreme Court has agreed to define it in different ways, it is our duty, not just our job, but it's our duty to pursue that. And if it comes out one way, then That's called democracy. It comes out the other. But let us not lose our way. As the founding fathers left us a republic, and that we should preserve that if we can. So, yes, it's a moral question. Our country is a moral question. What gives us the right to police the world? Morality. What gives us the right to say things are going wrong in Rhodesia, or things are going wrong in Afghanistan and sacrificing young men of our country? What gives us that right? It is our moral authority that stems from our Constitution, that stems from our Declaration, that stems from the Mayflower Pact. All men created equal, and women, based on their inalienable rights, given to them by their Creator. So if we are not a kingdom of conscience, then what are we? And I had said that I wasn't going to do that.